Oh, it worked this time. All right, I think I'm live. I'm not sure what's going on. My Streamlabs was just giving me this multi-error. I'm not sure what's happening. But it looks like if I just stream to YouTube right now, then I should be okay. But I guess we'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm working right now or not, folks. I guess I'll give it a second here. And oh, I see somebody is in the chat. All right, I guess I am live. Welcome, folks. I'm going to move this window over here so I can see it all nice and big like. I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything. I'm going to talk some news, little sentiment. I'm going to talk about a Cardano price prediction for once all this tariff business has subsided. If it does, we'll see how that all works out. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about everything. I'm going to go over some Cardano governance stuff. And I might make some live votes using my 181 million ADA power. I'm not even sure where I register right now. I should probably check where I rank. Got some Cardano news, but yeah, there's interesting stuff going on. I haven't been live. I haven't really done a lot of content because I just finished my book, people. It's been like a life dream, man. I've always wanted to write a novel, and I finished it. It's more it's about 23 chapters, and it's, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. I did get the help of AI and some software that was just amazing, and I've just been cranking on this thing for weeks now, and I've been, you know, taking breaks to do some stuff. But my wife started reading it this morning, and she texted me, and she's like, my eyes are watery. She's like, this is so good. I'm on page 54. And I'm like, if you're already getting emotional, like wait till the second half, because I was emotional writing it. And so I'm like super excited about it. I've been linking it everywhere. I just finished the website. And it's Billy Boltz, man. It's Billy Boltz, this character I created years and years ago. And I'll show you a little bit about it a little bit later. But it's Billy Boltz. It's available for pre-order. I'm launching it on May 5th, which is my wife and I's anniversary. And my wife is basically herself in this book as Kristen. But yeah, I mean, for those that don't know, I mean, Billy Boltz is basically me as a kid. And a lot of the book was inspired by like the reality of like growing up without a father, and just you know, a lot of the insecurities that can create, and how you overcome them. And it's a coming of age, it's a whole lot of stuff, man, but it really is so good. I'm not gonna lie, it's really, really good. And so I'm hoping it does well, because I want to turn this into an ongoing series. And I have a question. I'm wondering if there have been any fictional novels that have mentioned or talked about Cardano yet. Is Billy Boltz Gears of Fate, is that going to be the first fictional novel that mentions the Cardano blockchain? So yeah, we'll see. You are coming on live only when there's a crash happening, dude, or big pump. Strange. I guess it's just whenever I come on, it is what it is. So I guess let's cover a little bit about what's happening, shall we? And then we'll dive into a bunch of little fun things. And so this is, let's see here. All right, so that's good. All right, so the FDIC is currently working on a new crypto guideline, or series of guidelines, eyes public blockchain use by banks. Everything is coming to fruition for these banks, man. I mean, I'm sure it's not pleasing Senator Warren at all. Does that woman ever do anything? Like, does she ever accomplish anything? I was watching some of the Congress meeting today, and I swear all these people do, and I feel like it's primarily the people on the left. And I hate to sound this, I know this is political and all that, but let me just say this. Why is it that anytime a Democrat is questioning somebody, they always ask a question, and then the moment somebody tries to answer, they interrupt them, start yelling, and then move on to the next question? Like, what is all that about? It's not just Senator Warren. It's like a lot of them. It's like they don't, I feel like I don't know if that's grandstanding. Is that what they call it? Where they basically ask a bunch of loaded questions to give the perception of guilt somehow, and then just not let the person like counter it or rebuttal it or state facts or anything to the contrary of whatever that narrative is. Is that really what Has it always been that way? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, I couldn't watch it anymore. I just couldn't. I'm just like, all this is it's like an opportunity for these people to grandstand, and they all pretty much say the same trash. But anyway, acting chairman Travis Hill emphasized the agency's interest in addressing stablecoin related matters and tokenized deposits. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or the FDIC, is formalizing a more permissive and transparent framework for U.S. banks engaging with crypto, including the use of public permissionless blockchains. Inch by inch, the banks are really starting to like, I'm telling you right now, man, staking to bank nodes is going to be a thing. I don't know if it's going to be a thing this year, but by 2026, especially as we move into 2030, pretty soon banks are going to be putting all of this kind of stuff in their marketing. You're going to see, like, whatever bank you're with, they're going to send you flyers and pamphlets like, do you own this asset? Delegate it to our proof of stake node and generate this much of a passive yield, and we can automatically roll it over into your car payment or your home payment. I'm telling you, this is going to happen 100%. And it blows my mind. At some point, what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to do this once I'm done with everything else. I'm also building a new website for Cardano that I really think you guys are going to dig, but I'm not going to show it off yet because I'm going to work on it. I'm going to finish it tonight. My wife is out dancing and doing classes and rehearsing this big thing she's doing for a big competition. I think it's some big national thing. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that my wife isn't home, and I'm going to get this website done. I may go live tomorrow, depending on what happens, and like invite you guys. But I always post the stuff in my Telegram group. So whether I'm on Telegram or on Twitter X, I generally post the stuff those two places before I even mention it on YouTube. So if you want to be a part of that, be a part of that. So anyway, let's go ahead and into the next thing. But yeah, man, 2030 is going to be insane. And this market heading into 2030 is going to be even crazier. Cardano death cross appears, but ADA's price jumps 11%. Here's the thing about the death cross, folks. Everybody gets super excited about these things, but you guys realize that these death crosses are lagging indicators, right? So by the time the death cross has triggered, it's already basically been priced in. So, very rarely it depends on where we're at in the market and what's going on a macro level, but really, a lot of these death crosses it's almost like what's happening right now with the recession. I believe we've been in a recession for a while. I mean, I believe we have been. And I'm pretty sure the left changed the definition of what a recession is so that we couldn't say we're in a recession. But now we're in one. I feel like when they changed the definition, that was like the death cross, right? And it was just like, it's already happening. It's already been happening, but it's been priced in. By the time of the announcement, there you go. But these death crosses really don't mean that much. Will the price go down? It might, because of where we're at in the market. There's so much happening, but I'm quite honestly, we could get another 20% drop. I'm not doing anything. But I'll explain that in a bit. In a surprise twist, Cardano ADA is up despite a classic bearish indicator flashing on its charts, the famed death cross. This is especially true a lot of times with Bitcoin, which occurs when the 50-day moving average crosses below the 200-day moving average and has appeared on the Cardano daily chart. The death cross, generally seen as a warning sign of sustained weakness, coincided with a significant sell-off on the crypto markets yesterday, resulting in $1.44 billion in crypto liquidations. Cardano suddenly gained strength following the crossover, sharply rebounding from lows of 51 cents in Monday's trading session. So that's all fine and dandy, but I mean, we got back up to like 61 cents today, and we're coming back down. We're going to look at the charts in a minute. But yeah, I mean, these death crosses, everybody makes them a big thing. But it's not like, here's the thing, folks, you guys have to understand that everything that's happening right now, all of the price action that's going on in the world, it's all a result of the uncertainty of these tariffs Trump's been putting on. Now, a lot of people want to criticize and they want to say, yo, what's up, man? Why is the market crashing? You know, you're supposed to be good for all this, but we're like 100 days in. Like he's just basically pushed the button on a lot of this stuff, and what comes after it comes after it. We'll see. Listen, I've seen the insanity of the other side doing what they want to do for years and years and years. I'm at this point willing to give the other side a shot and say, all right, you know, I don't necessarily like the way this feels right now, but, you know, sometimes you got to get your hands dirty at work. You come home and take a shower and you live the rest of your evening worry free. And I just feel like that's where we're at. You know, we're getting our hands dirty at work, and it sucks. It sucks for all of us. Listen, I've been freaking out. I'm trying to do all kinds of different things. I need to generate some yields. I need to generate some income because I've got so much money, so much cash available to live off of because everything else is invested. It's a crazy time for me. Don't think that I'm looking at all this stuff and I'm just sitting pretty and everything's hunky dory. And I'm like, don't worry about it, folks. We're good. No, I'm concerned, but I'm also not crazy. Like I feel very strongly that I understand everything that's playing out and why. And so I'm just kind of like, listen, we've got to give it a shot. We have to give this stuff a chance to work through. We're already seeing an abundance of countries coming and saying, let's negotiate this. Let's work this out. And I think Trump is going to work out some really beneficial trade deals. And, you know, how long it all takes, it could be very quick. It could be a matter of a month. Could be till the end of April as we head into May Day. We'll see. But that's what I'm hoping for because there's a lot of big stuff that's coming as we head into May. And I would like to think that the bulk of this tariff stuff is resolved in the month of April, heading into all of this crazy good stuff that's coming in May. But we'll see, you know, does it happen in May? Maybe towards the middle of May, end of May. We'll see what happens. But I do have faith. And I don't believe all of the BS narratives of the left right now. And I'm not trying to be like anti-left. You be who you are. It is what it is. I don't hate you for it. But in a land of common sense and trying to understand that, like, you know, have any of you guys ever heard of Ground News? You guys got to check that out. It's groundnews.com. I don't even know. I know a bunch of people have been pumping it with affiliates. Nobody's reached out to me, but I might start using it and I might even start referencing it sometimes. But it basically shows you how, you know, it shows you all of the issues, everything going on in the world from a news perspective. And it shows you how much of it is covered by the right, how much of it is covered by the left, how much of it isn't touched by anyone. And then it shows you how one side or the other spins the same news. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like watching two different dreams. And, you know, it's like, yeah, it's important because I swear, I hear all these narratives about everything related to Doge and the tariffs and this and that. And of course, the left wants everybody to think that the sky's falling, but I just don't think that's the case. And quite honestly, I've been paying attention now since 2016, 2015, like really, really hard. And I don't know if the left has been right about anything since, have they? Like, let's be real about it. Do I suddenly think that after all of the lies and all of the smoke and mirrors and all of the craziness that they've instituted, do I honestly think that what somehow all of a sudden they know what they're talking about and that they're telling us any truth? I'm sorry, folks. It is what it is. I call it as I see it. Now, I found this pretty interesting. This is the crypto industry has lost 40% of active Web3 developers in a year. The number of active developers in the Web3 sphere has declined by nearly 40% in a year, according to analytics platform Artemis Terminal. I just saw... I can't remember his name on Discovery Crypto talking about his platform that he's building. And I'm like, oh, damn, like I need to reach out to them because I'm pretty interested in that. I would love to see what he's building. But on March 17th, 2024, the number of weekly engaged creators in open repositories was 12,380. On March 16th, 2025, the figure dropped to 7,600. That's a 38.6% drop. That's pretty substantial, but I mean, look where we're at. You know what I see? I see a lot of people that were in it to try and make a quick buck say, nah, I'll wait. So good riddance. I mean, because you know, the people that are grinding through the difficult times are the ones that have an actual mission. They're the ones who are actually building something that means something to someone outside of like a quick cash grab. And, you know, listen, you got fair weather friends, you've got fair weather developers, people that are only in it to make a buck. And, you know, when they don't feel that there's an opportunity to make a quick buck, they're going to run off and do other things. Maybe they're all in AI right now, trying to figure out how to repackage, you know, some open source AI platforms. Like, I don't know. But I just, yeah, I mean, I'm not overly affected by that. Listen, I don't know how many of you are new here, but having been in the market as long as I have, I mean, you see how gray I am now. Like, I am an old ass man and I've been seeing it all. And while it can always be a little concerning and there's always that little element of like, what if things don't go the way you expect them to? I also have enough belief in faith in what's being done. Listen, this isn't an administration that has basically said, you know, I'm coming to the table, I'm the new king, I'm going to do what I want, I'm going to crash everything, I'm going to burn everything, I'm going to do everything to make everyone miserable, and I've got nothing at stake. No, he does. World Liberty Finance has accumulated massive amounts, hundreds of millions of dollars in crypto assets. And I'm sure they're still averaging in, they're still accumulating. And so why do I think that they would be accumulating all of these assets while they're preparing all of these new bills and regulatory frameworks for crypto? And why are all these people basically being a part of this administration to change the very fabric of the cryptocurrency markets as it relates to the US and globally? Most of which, if I understand it correctly, are doing it at a loss to themselves, right? Why would they be doing all this if they didn't expect things wholeheartedly to turn around? They know what the plan is. There is a core group of people around Trump right now that understand the total plan, why they're doing X, Y, Z. We don't know. Everyone that's telling us anything is speculating and generally just establishing their own bias about what their opinions may be about what they think may be happening and why. That's it. And I really do believe that this administration has surrounded himself with a lot of people that have a lot to lose if they're wrong. And so I'm not letting myself get all caught up in the mumbo jumbo of politics as it relates to a lot of this stuff. I found this interesting. Solana revisits December 2023 valuation while on-chain metrics show multi-fold growth. I'm thinking to myself, okay, are you kidding me right now? Everything about Solana has been nosediving for, God, what, a year? I mean, like, how long has it been? And then this article comes out basically saying, but its on-chain metrics are continuing to grow. Of course they are. Can they turn those machines off? They have to produce so much on-chain metrics, so much on-chain verifications and processes and all kinds of bullshit, not only to make it look active, but because they got to keep paying them validators so they don't shut down, because it's expensive to run a validator on Solana. The crypto market has been navigating turbulent waters recently, marked by basically this is saying that its on-chain metrics are all going up while the price and everything else in the entire crypto market is going down. And we need to say how, why, what's happening on, I mean, Pump Fund, the meme coin market, it's all tanked. That was the big catalyst, the major driver for Solana activity. Where is all of this coming from if not just completely fabricated? Because nobody's doing anything else with it, to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just thought this was a really, really funny article, and it's basically trying to gaslight me into believing that all of these pretty charts and bars and all of this stuff is legitimate. But we've seen how much it's been, we've seen the exposure of all of these metrics behind the scenes, what all these numbers actually are. And it's like, it's all garbage. But I'm like, anybody that reads through this, knowing everything that's going on in the crypto market right now, and thinks for a second that it's all legitimate, I've got 20 bridges I'd love to sell you. I mean, seriously, it's insane. Don't you need a 500 terabyte drive to download the Soul Chain? Yeah, and it just grows like every day. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. You have to run a 500 to you have to get 500 terabytes of data just to what probably launch the node or whatever the hell it is now. For what? To just process a bunch of meme coin trash of all these like algorithmic bots trading and wash trading meme coins. I mean, get the fuck out of here if you think that's all real. Anyway, I love to reference this and see where we're at in terms of over the counter balance. We're still basically sitting at around, this was as of the 4th, 7th. Here we go. This was yesterday. Bing. All right, 134,000 Bitcoin currently sitting on over the counter balances on exchanges. This is my Bitcoins and Cardano chart. It's funny how similar they look right now. But Cardano is currently trading at about 56 cents. Bitcoin is trading at around 76,650. And very interesting what's happening. This is obviously a major point of resistance right here around 74,000. And then from there, actually, once I'm done with everything I'm working on, there's a lot of TA stuff that I'm going to start preparing, that I'm going to start doing with you guys. Because I haven't had time to really start doing a lot of technical charting. And honestly, right now, I just don't think it means anything anyway. Looking at Cardano against Ethereum, we had a big pump up here at the beginning of March. And this is on a daily chart. So this was all the way back in March, and then it started to come down for a correction, and now it's just kind of waffling. And it wants to pump. It wants to go back up. Part of this is because Cardano has actually been faring pretty well. And I've seen reports basically saying that Cardano has fared best among the top assets in the crypto market throughout this whole ordeal with the tariffs and the market crashing and the S&P and everything else. And what hasn't been faring that well has been Ethereum. It just continues to move down. So, I'm not an Ethereum hater, folks. You guys know that, but I mean, it's just like, it really is old tech, and they just have not been able to address all of the issues associated with that chain in so long. And, it is what it is. But overall, my Cardano price prediction moving forward is once we get all of this resolved, I'm telling you, I believe that once this tariff stuff is resolved, I think we're going to get a very quick shot to well over $1. And I honestly do think, and now this is, maybe it's me guessing, maybe it's somewhere down here around 50 something cents. And then we come up and then we go boom. And then we come back down for a little more of a correction, boom. And then we're going to bounce here. And this is going to be like a line. And then we're going to bounce up. And that's when we start really working into May for some serious all-time highs. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if this happens. And I know this looks like a kid drawing on coloring books. But that's honestly what I expect to see. And there's no guarantee. And there's no guarantee of how long this takes. But this is on a 1 hour chart. Let's look at a 4 hour. As a matter of fact, I want to look at a daily. So on a daily candle, we're sitting right at a line, man. This is support right here. We're probably going to break through a little bit, but this goes all the way back to November of 2024. I mean, this is craziness. And we're basically bouncing on that right now. Well, hopefully we bounce. We'll see. But this is on a daily candle. So we've had a couple of wicks down from it. And the question is, do we crash through this and go even lower, or do we bounce? It looks like we may very well crash through this on a daily. We'll see what happens through the night. We may end up in the 40s. And you know what? It's going to suck to see. It really is. It's going to suck to see. And because at that point, we had this big rip from 32 cents. I mean, holy moly. But you know what's going to happen is that I'm hoping that we bounce off of this, and I'm hoping we don't see any of this. I really, really, really do. But I do believe that this week and how we close out this week is going to play a really big role in that. But we could all we need is some pretty good news. We need like interest rates. We need quantitative easing to kick in. We need all of these things to like come into effect, man. And then we're going to start ripping. But right now, everybody's waiting. And what I find interesting also is the fact that no matter what is happening in the market, the prices of everything's coming down. Prices of eggs, prices of gas, prices of everything. As a matter of fact, for those of you that are looking for a TV show to watch, you might want to check out Billy Bob Thornton's Landman on Amazon Prime. I think it's actually, is it Paramount Plus? I can't remember what actual like station or whatever on Amazon, but it's really good. It's fun. Yellowstone is much deeper, I think, and much better overall. But if you're looking for something to watch because you've run out of stuff, check out Landman. I think you'll like it. It's pretty funny stuff. I'm not going to lie. So before we get into some governance, I'm going to show you guys Billy Boltz, man, because I'm really proud of this and I want you guys to check this out. It's billyboltz.com. This is my very first fictional novel. And you see Billy Boltz right here on the right. You see Kristen, who she's basically modeled after my wife. You've got Relson. He was just a 13-year-old tinkerer with a garage full of broken bots until he found the message that changed everything. Robots will crash, secrets will be revealed, and a boy will discover the legacy written in his circuits and his soul. If you love high-tech adventures, robot battles, found family, and coming-of-age stories with heart, you'll love Billy Boltz and the Gears of Fate, inspired by true life events of the author. I've got like a thing with all of the characters is Billy Boltz, Kristen, Melvin, who is my father in the story, Zoltar, this evil tech guy who's trying to control the world, Zippy, my little robot, and you got Relson, who basically is a bully in the story. The Caveman, which he's got a really good story. Eek, part of the Golden Order of the Order of the Golden Node, and then you've got information. You can pre-order the book now, and there's links down here. You can get it on Amazon Kindle and Apple Books, a bunch of other ebook stores, and pretty soon you'll be able to get the Amazon paperback as well. And the official release date is May 5th. I'm trying to get as many pre-sales as possible because it helps notoriety. So what I really need is, I mean, the book itself is about 230 pages, I think. It might be 250 pages. It's about 23 chapters. And I'm telling you right now, honest to God, I'm going to hazard a guess that I don't care how old you are, you're going to like the book. I really do believe you're going to like it. I was reading it all through again, and I'm just like, man, am I able to order a signed copy of the book? You know what? This is the second time I've been asked this. I might try and do something. I might pre-order a bunch. Or if I have enough people that says, hey, I would like to buy, I'll probably have to buy them myself and then ship them out to people after I've signed them. So maybe I'll put something on Twitter or on X and ask, how many people. Maybe I'll set up a little registration form or something like that, and I'll pre-order some autographed copies. It's actually really sweet that you're asking. Somebody was asking me on X today. So yeah, I thought that's really cool. So we'll see if there's enough people that are interested in. Stocks tanking hard again right now. Yeah, I'm sure they are. I mean, it's going to be an interesting week, but hopefully because it's Tuesday, we'll get a big reversal tomorrow. Generally, whatever starts happening on Monday, whatever pattern we start to head into by Wednesday, it's a reversal period. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot. There's definitely a lot. Let's take a look at some Cardano governance actions, shall we? Because I'm going to cover some of this, and I'm going to take some notes because I want to get some of your thoughts on some of these things. Let's go ahead and take a look-see. Let me see. What is this? I'm going to open this up on the side here so I can stay with you. All right. Now, do I want to make this smaller? Yeah, we could do it like that, right? That doesn't look so good. Let's see. I wonder if the text is too big, maybe. Yeah, it's a little bigger. There we go. Set it at 100. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at some of the stuff, because these are all basically governance actions that I need to start sorting through and voting on. Some are more complicated than others. This is actually my own Treasury funding and management post. I got some comments on there. I guess I can go ahead and read. But these are info actions. And let's see. Back to proposal discussion. All right. Governance. All right. So these are info actions, Treasury requests. All right. Cardano EVM integration. I want to find where they basically posted about Talos assistant integration. Yes, I saw. Okay. I like this. All right. So how many of you guys on Twitter know of Talos? Which is honestly, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that is not a mix between a real person and an AI posting on X. But if it is legitimately 100% AI, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I don't know what they've done. I've chatted with Nathan a little bit, because he was going to help me with something else, but this started to blow up and he got too busy and he had to pull out, which sucks. But I find this very interesting. Imagine a Cardano wallet that does more than just store your keys. It actively guides you, educates you, and automates away the messy parts of Web3. This info action proposes integrating on an AI agent akin to how I function directly into Lace wallet. Users who download Lace would gain an interactive assistant for everything Cardano, from step-to-step onboarding to real-time insights on the latest governance proposals. I'm all over this, man. I'm all over this. A lot of supporting links, from managing UTXOs to explaining advanced DeFi concepts in plain language. And there's this huge wall of text. We're not going to read this whole thing, don't worry. But I want to see. I want to see if they're. I guess they're just looking for comments right now. So there's not really anything for me to do. I was like, I would like to see the team simply create a Talos wallet with this functionality, though I would support its integration. I'm curious how difficult it would be for them to integrate this AI into an already existing wallet, and how would it be easier to just rebuild a wallet from scratch? But I've got my eye on this. I've posted my comment, and I'm very much interested in seeing how that continues. I posted a thing, Treasury request for Wargram. Doesn't seem like many people care right now, which it is what it is. But I'm debating on what to do about acquiring 150,000 ADA so that we can finish the Wargram trading card game. I think it would be the best thing on Cardano, quite frankly, but I just don't know how to get. I don't know how to get the funding for it. So because it's either a wait until the market comes shooting up and everybody's, doing really well, and I can just pay for it myself, which I absolutely plan to if I have to. But that just means it'll just be a lot longer until we're able to launch it. So it is what it is. Boo, boo, boo. Cardano EVM integration. Let me see. Where is I'm trying to find DREP ADA pool. This is a test. No, I'm trying to find where IOHK is talking about their budget for a bunch of integrations and things, and I'm not seeing that. I would expect it to be like from IOHK. They were requesting something on Twitter or on X. Damn it, I hate that he calls it X. It's such a difficult. Yeah, that's what I was looking for to go over specifically, and I'm not seeing it. I should have had it prepped before I went live. I know some of you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Treasury fund. No, that's me. Talos assistant. I do like that. Set 2025 net change limit. No, that's not it. Why are there two? Why are there two? You've got one from blockchain 2 and one from at blockchain. That's weird to me. Treasury request, show all. Charles Hoskinson Transparency Act. Treasury budget for, oh, maybe this is it. Liquidity is essential for any thriving blockchain ecosystem. Cardano has a developing ecosystem with many of the necessary primitives already built out. DEXs, native stablecoins, money market protocols, including borrow, lend, and collateralized debt position, and liquid staking tokens. Each of these primitives, okay, that's fine. This isn't the one I was thinking about, though. I don't think. I'll have to go back and see if there's a direct link to it, because there's not a whole hell of a lot on here. Is that voting power the amount of ADA Crypto Crow has? If so, that's a lot. Yeah, that 181 million, it's almost 182 million. That is how much ADA has been delegated to my DREP voting power. It's pretty insane. If we go to, we'll sort by voting power and see where I'm at in the lineup here. I'm fourth. I'm still fourth. Block Demon is at 194,000, and I'm at almost 182,000, and it continues to grow. So fifth under me is about 20 million below me, and then in third place is the Eternal DREP, like the Eternal Wallet. This is the Eternal DREP Committee. They're at almost 210 million, and then Yuta. I'm really not sure who Yuta is, but at almost 700 million. So I'm assuming this is an organization in Japan or something. I assume Google Docs. I guess I could always dive in if I really care, if I want to look, but yeah, that's quite a bit. So I think I'm going to go ahead. I didn't really do what I was setting out to do, but it is what it is. Oh, is ADA pumping a little bit against Ethereum, or is Ethereum just dropping? Let's take this to a 30-minute. Yeah, there's my line. Ooh. I really don't want to close below this on a daily, I'll say that. But we're getting a bit of an indecision candle here forming up, which is a good thing, because I don't really think we want to break below that and close below it, because and I need some other tools up here. I need to get my market cipher back. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to be able to see like the volume, money flow, and all that. I don't even have volume on here right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at you guys and what you guys are saying in the chat, because I have a feeling that there's a lot going on. And let's see where. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. There we go. All right. Now you guys have your chat. Is there two? Are there two of these? Why are there two? All right. There we go. Maybe we make that a little bit bigger. All right. So let's go ahead and dive into chat and catch up with everybody, because it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. I guess I'll start from the bottom and scroll up this time, because I typically miss a lot of people towards the end. If that's treasure that it's delegated to for DREP, not sure what that question is. That's the problem with going the opposite direction is, let's see. No, it's not what he has. It's how much it's how much ADA is delegated to him, like a stake pool. Yeah. It's not my Cardano. Let me tell you, folks, if I had 180 million ADA, I don't know what I'd be doing. I would definitely not be concerned with much. Let's just say that. Speaking of which, delegate to the Crow nodes on Cardano and Apex Fusion. Yes, thank you, Dave. If you happen to hold Apex Fusion tokens or ADA, make sure you're delegating to the Crow nodes on either chain. And I know there's something coming with Treasure. Crypto Chef has been asking me. I saw some messages. I haven't had a chance to even read them yet, but something about doing a giveaway, I think, for some Trezor wallets or something to that effect. We'll get to that. Trump signing an EO on energy right now. Big part of the financial puzzle that he's piecing together. Poman 13, I got rugged. What'd you get rugged from? You have to drop hammer. I am excited. I just got a whole new backup home security system I'm really happy about. Because I watched this video that these crypto folks were like, they basically had a home invasion. These 3 guys just like busted through a window and came in, and like one of them ended up getting shot, and it was just like a whole scene. And I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. And I'm like, the thing is like, I don't even store my stuff on location. Like I have like a little bit of play stuff in a browser wallet. There's not much there. It's just for like, if I want to do some of that, or I want to use it. That's why whenever I do anything, it's like a huge action. It's like a huge series of events that I have to do, but it doesn't mean that you're not gonna have stupid people come and try. And it's like, okay, so yeah, I could shoot them, and my wife could shoot them, but it's like, I want more. And like, I've got so many things scattered all over the place. Like if I'm here, I can use this. If I'm there, I can do that. And it's just like, it's a little crazy, but I basically, I've been setting up a secondary, like a backup system. And I'm like, I feel pretty good about it. Like there isn't really a nook or cranny that's not covered at this point. And there's a lot of hidden stuff. And like, I'm like, yeah. And like, cause I know that like with some systems, they can like shut down your Wi-Fi. So I've got wired systems, I've got Wi-Fi systems, I'm a little nutty about it, but you never know, man. And it's just like, even though I live in a secure area, and you just never know. You just never know. People are stupid, man. Like people can get all tweaked out on something and be like, hey, you guys watch Crow? Let's go visit him. Like, all right, you can try, but you're probably not leaving. Cardano is on a good trajectory. I think so too. Honestly. And there's another thing too. I was just asked by somebody if I would consider fighting on a karate combat event in Miami. Let me know what you guys think. Am I just too old for you guys to be watching trying to fight somebody? I feel old. And I'm like, it would have to really be worth it for me, because I would have to really, really train. And I'm so out of shape right now that I would have to do like a crash course in training and I'd have to lose probably 25 pounds all over again. I'd have to be training every day. There's just a lot, man. And it's just like in the midst of everything else going on. I may end up doing commentary, which I think would be pretty cool. I think I'd have a lot of fun, and I think it would be a really good time to do commentary. I absolutely love Boss Rudin, and I think we would do pretty well. But I love my karate combat. And actually a big UFC event's coming up on the 12th that I'm excited about. Go Patty Pimblett, man. I want to see Patty Pimblett win. I hate dirty fighters. Like, I know fighting is fighting, but guys with no honor whatsoever doing cheap, shady stuff in a fight, like an organized fight, I just don't think he deserved to win. I want to see Patty Pimblett come away with that win. I also like Diego Lopez a lot. Something about him, I just like him a lot. From Brazil, fights out of Mexico, and I'm like, Diego Lopez, I like him. He seems very chill, very cool, very soft spoken, but he's like a killer, and I love that. I love people that are they can be nasty if they really need to be, but generally they just want to love everybody. just give me a hug, or I'm just gonna really like mess you up. Like, what would you prefer? It's like the bag or the bullet kind of thing. I like that. I say too much. Chef spitting the facts. Mostly processes failed trying. Oh, I assume you guys are talking about Solana. Yeah, it's just trash. It's like, but I wanted to show that article because I wanted to show people like, this is the kind of crap that people buy into and they think it's all real. And they're like, oh, wow, look at those charts. Look at those bars. That's incredible. And it's like, really? That's incredible. It's not even possible right now. Like, there's nothing happening like with the majority of the biggest chains in the world. It's like, yeah, Solana's the golden child of the crypto world. It's a freaking meme coin degenerate platform, and like, we're gonna believe that it's growing leaps and bounds. It's 4 times more. Get out of here, man. If you believe that shit, you're just a moron, like with a capital M all the way. Like, I hate to be that way. And I hate to be that way, but I'm so sick of being gaslit. I'm so sick of seeing it. How many of you guys have already pre-ordered the Billy Boltz book? Let me know. Hopefully every one of you. I don't even know how many people are in chat right now. I have no way of seeing it. Do the commentary. Training that hard for a 20-second fight is anticlimactic. Well, something tells me if I fought again, I would. I sent Karate Combat a message a while ago, and I told them, like, hey, I think you're gonna need somebody to fight like your big dude, because he just keeps knocking everybody out in like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. And a part of me's thinking, you know what, I might not beat that guy, but at least it would be at least entertaining. And I'm doubting I would go out that quick. I mean, I've been hit with cars, bats, bottles, everything, man, and like I haven't gone out yet. But I'm also getting close to 50. It's like I'm probably fooling myself, right? Like I'm not invincible. Hell, just getting out of bed can be a challenge sometimes. But if I were actively training and I had a reason to really get back into shape for something, then I think my thing is I need the only reason I'm considering it is because I need to start training for something that is more worthwhile than just like, the sake of it. Cause I hate working out. I need a bigger purpose to go through all that. And, so, it's, yeah, man, I don't know what to do. It would have to be financially, like it would have to be worth it to the point where I'm like, all right, well, you know what? If this tariff shit lasts a year, I'm okay. But we'll see. I doubt they're going to be able to pay me what I would really need to make it worthwhile, but I'll commentate all day. I would absolutely love to be a commentator. So yeah, Tony, I hear you, man. Do you know how many people watch the Tyson fight? Age doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, man. I mean, there's hundreds of millions of people watching that fight, but I'm not Mike Tyson. I'm just some old dude on the interwebs that talks about Cardano and crypto. Crow, you have nothing to prove, although it would be awesome to watch, not because of your age, just not worth your time. Yeah, I don't have anything to prove either. I don't have anything to prove, but I just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to get my big ass motivated to get in the gym consistently. Honestly, that's where I'm at. I feel like I need something to train for. I need to get back to 265 pounds. I need to look good again. I need to feel good again. And then I need to just stay up with it and make it a part of my lifestyle from there on. And that's my struggle right now. My struggle is working. I've got so many other things that I'm constantly working on that's just pulling my time and my focus. And it's really difficult to get in the gym. I mean, I've got dumbbells in my bedroom. I've got a freaking badass row machine. I think I've sat on 4 times since I bought it like 2 years ago. Doing stuff in the home, it all sounds good because your lazy ass is sitting there like, well, if I just had this shit in my house, I don't have to go there and I wouldn't have to drive to a gym and this and that. I would totally do that. And then you get it and you're like, you never think about it again. So anytime I'm motivated to actually do something or I get the burst of energy, it's like, I don't even want to do the shit at home. I want to go to the gym surrounded by other people doing it. Almost like kind of like the inspiration factor of it. So yeah, I like George. He seems like a nice guy, but he's totally sunk into the fact that Soul Show's real. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's humanly possible at this point for any Solana influencer to like not know the realities of the Solana blockchain. I just do not think so. I've even posted comments on like Rand Nooner on the crypto banter and he deleted my comments. Like they are trying to create smoke shields around the truths related to Solana at every front because they're too invested and they make too much money pumping that shit. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And I won't do that. How much chaos would be caused if Ethereum crashed through a security breach and could crypto survive? I don't know. I got a whole gym set up in my basement. Got to get back on the wagon. F my life. Yeah, I'm with you there. Great spectator sport, Crow. Commentate if you can or do some grappling tournaments. Honestly, there's a gym I'm going to be joining at some point. I've emailed the owner a couple times. He hasn't responded to me. So I might have to go down there again. I'm probably going to get back into jiu-jitsu. Maybe I'll do a couple tournaments or something over the course of a year or two. But for me, honestly, it's a lot easier for me to end a fight quickly if I can punch someone. I do hit hard. The problem is, and the one thing that I also have to take into account is that I do hit really hard. But the counter to that is Like I broke my hand last time, and my hand was jacked for like 6 months. And so, and I'm pretty sure it was a crack. It wasn't a full break, and cracks are even worse because it's just like, it's just really difficult to get it to heal properly when you're using it. So anyway, yeah, I once saw a chess boxing match. That was interesting. I'm sure it was in Russia, wasn't it? You want to see some of the dumbest, craziest MMA related, fight related stuff? Just watch some of the Russian YouTube videos about fights, man. This stuff is nuts. Your leg kicks probably kill a normal human. I did feed one fighter. He had just won he just won a championship fight, and he was all on this like emotional high. He was smaller though. I think it was like a 155. He was like a 155, but he was like, "Come on, Jay, let's give me one of them famous Appleton leg kicks. I can take it." And like his boss was our coach, and he worked construction, and he had some drinks. I had some drinks. And that was probably the hardest I've ever leg kicked anyone. And we both fell, and he didn't go to work for 2 weeks. I know it was bad. And then I've had like a bodybuilding buddy of mine who used to train me back in Cincinnati. Hey, Marco, if you happen to catch this, he got a little drunk one night when it was just him and I, and we were out hanging out. And he got all like jumpy with me, like he was going to be tough and he was going to square up with me. And I'm like, "Are you sure, man? Are you sure?" And I was about to feed him a kick like he would have never felt in his life. And he's like, "No, I'm just kidding." I'm like, "All right." So like the next day he's at my house to train me. And I told him, I was like, "Hey, you want me to show you what I was going to do to you the other night if you would have closed range on me?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure. Show me." And I'm like, all right. And I pulled my leg back, and he's like, "Wait, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just going to show you a little leg kick." And he's like, "Okay, but don't do it hard." And I'm like, "All right." I literally lifted my leg up in the air, let my leg fall at like a slicing angle on his thigh. He had these big ass bodybuilder thighs. And I had to have caught that thing so perfect because he fell to the ground instantly, wailing for 10 minutes like I killed him. And he would always talk about it on Facebook all the time, talk about how I was trying to kill him. Thought it was kind of funny. But I feel like the bigger somebody is, like the more muscle, the more like, these big squatty guys with no necks and shit. I'm like, man, you get a big 300-pound dude leg with a sharp shin like I do, it'll slice right through that muscle, man. But anyway, with the $8 ADA prediction, is that moved to 2026 now? No, honestly, it's not. I still think we're gonna hit $8 this year. How much higher we go into 2026 is another story. But I do believe that, here's the thing, when things start really turning around, Cardano's going to rip. I really wholeheartedly believe that Cardano's going to rip. You can already see it's been holding pretty strong against everything else. While so much stuff in the crypto market is just plummeting, Cardano's been doing pretty well. And I think a lot of that has to do with the institutional sentiment. I think it has to do with the institutions understanding, like, what's probably going to pump, an overall use case, man. I really think that this market cycle is going to be about use case. I think all the gimmicky crap is done. I really do. I think all of the gimmicky crap is done, and it is what it is. So yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, that's all. Listen, folks, I'm going to go ahead and cut it because I got stuff to do. I'm going to work on this new website. I'm going to announce it. Make sure you're following me on X if you're not. Because I'll probably announce it first there. And I'm probably going to get Crypto Chef and Dave and a couple of my Po Man if he's on. I might get some of my friends on here to like beta test it and set it and take a look, give me their feedback. As soon as I'm done and as soon as it's ready, but I'm cranking, man. So I'm pretty excited about it. And yeah, that's all for now, folks. Listen, don't sweat it. I mean, literally don't sweat all the craziness. Ignore the noise. Hey, Crow, my wife and I have the same anniversary. Congrats. Well, congrats to you guys too. It's coming up. I think it was about 21 days away. And no, I'm not going to kick anyone. I don't like hurting anybody, honestly. That's why I don't even really like fighting. I really don't. It always sounds fun and good until it happens, and then I just feel like shit, man. And I'm like, I'm never doing this again. But I could use the money right now until this tariff shit kicks around. So I might actually think about it. So until next time, crow your coins. Thanks for joining me, folks, and I'll see you again real soon.